Welcome to Ln space where sigma dx over dt applies when t equals 1 equals 0. Where energy is infinite, limitless in flux yet remains the same trans-dimensional, constant and abundant. We summarize this as Brill, behold, the light.
On this segment, one of the things we're going to discuss is what happens at home when you're using power tools to do that weekend project. Everybody wants to be the weekend warrior, and the wife says she definitely wants that thing done with the woodwork, and it entails drilling. It seems simple enough. You just get a drill, a drill motor. You get yourself a set of drills. You figure out which hole you want for the screws you're going to use, and then you drill a hole through. But what happens is that as the drill goes along, we'll say this distance from the drill motor, there's resistance. And there's resistance, and there's resistance, and finally the drill pokes through on the other side, and bam! And you hit your nice wood surface with this, as well as those. And so now what should have been a nice, elegant job has turned into I'm all thumbs, and oops, I messed up. So we're going to look at that, and we're going to say, we're going to look at a common drill size, quarter inch drill. Okay, and how can I stop that from happening? Yes, I can put some pressure on it, and put some pressure on it, and I can try and hold the drill and put my fist against it like this, and and things like that, so that if it pokes through, I collide one fist against the other. I can play all those games, but ultimately the best fix is a rubber band. And the person who wrote about this in a publication, he wrote about this in 1955. And unless you are, a carpenter who's always doing carpentry, and always doing projects, and working all the time with drilling and wood and stuff, you wouldn't necessarily know this. You don't have to make that pretty how you mount it on here. Okay, but it has to be fairly tight to the drill, so I could go a few more twists with it. And a few more twists. Okay. Now that's fairly tight down on the drill. Okay? Now what this means is that when you drill through your nice piece of finished wood, and you get, we'll say, to here, and the resistance goes away, your drill will naturally go up to here, and it'll rub on the rubber of the rubber band, and it won't leave a mark on your surface. And so then what will happen is you'll finish your project. Your wife will tell you that you did it just like an absolute pro, and she'll cook you a nice dinner, and you'll be able to show your friends, hey, look, I installed those, and they'll say, nice job. And it's just that simple use of a rubber band on your drill. Back in an early publication from the 1930s, there was a person who was concerned about outdoor living, camping, that sort of thing. And he wanted to make it his method of starting fires. The campfire. And so anyways, in those days, they just had regular matches. They didn't have these stormproof matches, you know, with all sorts of extra stuff on them and whatever. But his idea was you can get the regular sort of paper match, and they sit in your pocket, and the body sweat ruins them, and they become useless. And unlike having all different methods of fire starters like we have right now, he was concerned with letting people know what he did with a match to keep it going okay. Now what I've done is I've sort of taken some of our today technology to go past his technology. For instance, he's talking about using waxed paper and folding it over and sealing it with candle wax. And what I've done is I've sort of updated this to using sticky tape. And we're going to use this kind of tape, okay? What's that, 2-inch wide? Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out 2 lengths of tape, as I've done so right here, about a little longer than the box. Now, we plop the match down right there. Okay? There's the match. Now we got to be able to strike it. So there's some striker material, and notice I'm gonna just sort of lean it against the match. Whoop. Like this. Okay. Now, one of the things in building a fire in the great wild outdoors is that you've got to get the fire to really catch and be vigorous in those embers. And so what you might normally do is go around looking for a fir tree and trying to find some fat wood. We've got the match and we've got the strike material, and what I've done is I've supplemented some of this Duraflame fire starter. Now there are many different brands of this, okay, and it basically comes in a soft log like this that looks like a piece of out-of-date banana bread. And so what we do is we're going to take a sliver of this. We're going to just cut it off like that. Okay, about nearly the size of the match. Just cut it off, nice little sliver. There. Now that is going to be the fat wood. And we're going to put it on there. And we're putting it this way around, notice, because stuff that's impregnated in this fire starter log, we don't want it getting into the match itself and softening the match so that when we go to use it, tear the packet open, we find out that the match is ruined. Okay, so basically we put in our barrier. Now we take the other piece of tape, we put it down on top as best as we can, just like that. We push it around the edges, all sealed. Okay, and where it's just a little bit of sticky showing out, we can trim that off. And there we go. Here it is. There is your fire starter, all in one great little package. And you can slip that little package in your shirt pocket. You can put it in a small compartment in a fanny pack or something like that. But you have right there everything you need to start a fire on a rainy day. All you have to do is get some dry tinder, and you can use that all in one strip, or you can break it in half and have 2 pieces. Light up that match, that gets going, the tinder goes, and you've got a fire. So anyways, thank you for the man who wanted to share this this wisdom such a long time ago. If you need to use wax paper to fold it into a nice little packet, you can do that and seal it with candle wax, and you'll have basically the same as this. But this is using some Today products for a quick and simple, down and dirty, that's going to start a fire. Okay.